What's up guys, how the heck are you doing, and welcome to this episode of 5 Things You Should Know. In today's episode, I'm going to give you 5 super rad tips that will have you editing in Adobe Premiere 5 times faster. Now, these tips aren't only going to make you more proficient, they're also going to make you a more efficient editor as well. These tips are going to help you spend more time behind your camera and less time behind your editing workstation. So let's not waste any more time and let's get into it right now. Alright guys, so here we are within Adobe Premiere Pro. I have some GoPro vlog footage here, and this is something that we're going to be using as an example for our video today. And we are going to start moving through these tips. So tip number 1 is use your hotkeys. Hotkeys are probably the number 1 thing that is going to help you speed up your edit. So we're going to talk about some of my favorite hotkeys and some of the most useful hotkeys within Adobe Premiere. So starting out, we are going to talk about simply hitting your plus and your minus button. When you do this on your timeline, it either zooms in or zooms out of your footage. Now, the reason you want to zoom in your footage like this is it is going to allow you to be able to get in there and see frame by frame for a more precise edit and a more precise cut of your clip. Now, zooming out obviously allows you to see your footage in whole, and it also allows you to scrub your playhead through your footage a lot easier and a lot quicker. So let's go ahead and let's hit that plus symbol and let's zoom into our footage. This brings me to our second hotkey, and that is simply pressing the letter C. Pressing the letter C brings up your razor tool. Your razor tool allows you to actually make cuts on the clip like that, and then it allows you to also remove certain sections of your footage. So if I wanted to select that middle section of the clip, I would use my next hotkey, and that is pressing the letter V. The letter V brings up your selection tool, or also known as your cursor. So pressing that, it allows me to select my clip, and now I can drag this portion of the clip around, or I can simply just highlight it and delete it out of there to make an edit. Now that brings me to my next favorite action, which isn't really a hotkey, but something very important to know within Adobe Premiere, and that is right-clicking in negative space and hitting ripple delete. Now what ripple delete does is it allows you to join your clips together. You can see how I took out that negative space and made my clips into one. Now where ripple delete really helps out is if you have a bunch of video tracks stacked on top of one another, you don't have to go back and highlight or control click all of those video tracks to make sure they're selected and bring them all over together, hoping that nothing gets out of sequence. You can just ripple delete and it moves all of those tracks back where they need to be all at one time. Now, just with any other program, you always need an undo button because we make tons of mistakes as editors. Now, you can see here that I have a little bit of my audio trimmed off for some reason. I don't know how that happened. Now, Control Z is the other hotkey that is a must need within Adobe Premiere. So there are a ton of hotkeys within Adobe Premiere Pro. In order to see the full menu, you can hit Control Alt K, and that brings up your hotkey window. And that allows you to see all of the hotkey shortcuts and allows you to customize them, program them, and remap them to your liking. Now, for me, the ones we talked about in this video are the most useful, and they are basic, but they help move you through your edit very quickly. Now, there are a lot more advanced hotkeys, and we can talk about those in a future video. If you have interest for that, just drop a comment down below and I will make that video. All right, so that brings me to tip number 2, and that is how to make a quick rough edit. Now, the way you do this is you look at your audio waveform. Now, looking at your audio waveform to edit allows you to look at all the dead space within your footage and just cut it out. So the way this is a lot quicker is you don't even have to watch your footage back. So normally you want to watch your footage back to see if there's any dead space or any unimportant information within your clips, just to keep the viewer's attention and keep your story moving forward. But when you edit your waveform, you don't even have to watch or listen to your footage back. You can look right here on your waveform. If I zoom in a little bit using the plus key, you can see the spikes in my waveform. That shows the obvious places where I'm talking. And if I wanted to just have all my talking parts, I would just click right here where my waveform has the dead space, and I would just start getting rid of that dead space footage. And this will allow you to quickly move through your edit and make a quick, somewhat polished edit that will allow you to just have a video or a vlog where you have just the important talking parts. Now, of course, you want B-roll, and that is okay. B-roll is something completely separate. So sometimes you don't want all of this B-roll on your A-roll clips, and your B-roll would be something that you would be putting over the top of this footage here. Now, sometimes, of course, you want to be having some dead space so you don't seem like you're not taking a breath. You don't want to overdo this, but you do want to go through and you want to quickly just make this edit. And this will get you closer to that final product than anything else. So after you make that rough edit and you're ready to start polishing everything up, it's gonna take me to tip number 3. Tip number 3 is use LUTs in presets. It will save you loads of time. So we're gonna use the shortcut Alt-Shift-5, and that's gonna take us to the color tab. Now, this is how you color grade and color correct your footage. Over here on the right side, you can see Adobe's built-in color grading system and color correcting system. It is the Lumetri color panel. Now, what this is going to show us or allow us to do, it is going to allow us to adjust the sliders for our footage to color correct or color grade our footage. Since you are watching this video, I am going to give you a LUT for free. And since this video takes place on railroad tracks, I talk about it in this video somewhere. If you've ever seen the movie Lost Boys, it gives me that vibe. And I developed a LUT specifically for this video, so let's load it in. So it is called Santa Carla. So you can see how quick that Santa Carla LUT changed my footage. So a LUT isn't always going to get you 100% of the way there, and sometimes you need to adjust the parameters after putting a LUT on. But a LUT will get you 90% of the way there, and it will speed up your workflow instead of you having to go through and manually adjust all of these parameters and all of these sliders to get your footage the way that you want it to look. So again, this is how the LUT looks. Let's hop to another point in the footage. Here is a shot of me with the LUT on, and here is the LUT off. So you can see how washed out it looks straight out of the GoPro before I add the LUT. So this LUT works for all camera types, so go pick up the Santa Carla LUT for free from my website as soon as you finish this video. It's my gift to you. So now that we have the edit and the color grade, it moves us right to tip number 4, and that is audio. So audio and music can really bog you down in an edit, but luckily in Premiere Pro, there are a lot of shortcuts you can take to speed up this process. So what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about audio ducking. So audio ducking is an automated system within Premiere that automates the keyframing of your dialogue and your music track. And in the past, before this feature was available, you had to go in and keyframe your audio levels up and down to lower the levels of your music while you were talking and raise them up during the parts where you weren't talking. But this eliminates all of that and makes it super quick and super easy. So let's take a look at it. So here we go. We've got our music in here and we're gonna drop it in. And if you know anything about the Lost Boys, you know about the saxophone guy. And we are gonna put in some saxophone music here that I found on Epidemic Sound. Now I'm gonna click this saxophone music clip and I'm gonna let Adobe Premiere know that that is my music. All right, so we're gonna scroll down and we are gonna click audio ducking right here. And now we are going to drive the sensitivity up just a little bit. That way it is more sensitive, and you can adjust these parameters to your liking. Now it's gonna generate some keyframes and you're gonna be able to see those right here. It didn't take too long as it's not too intensive on your system, but you will see that it's raising and lower the volume automatically for us. And it raises the volume in parts that it doesn't detect us talking, and it lowers the volume where it does detect us talking, like right here in the beginning. It detects my voice, so it lowers the volume of the music.
Are you really?
And then here, it raises that audio or raises that music where it doesn't detect me talking. So it is pretty gnarly, and it will save you a bunch of time. And if you need to, you can go in there and you can adjust those keyframes just to make them a little bit more precise if you need to. But it gets you, again, 98% of the way there. All right, so after you have your edit, you have your color grade, and you have your music and audio figured out, no edit is complete without titles. So to get there, you can simply on any window hit Alt-Shift-8, and that's going to take you to your Essential Graphics tab. So Adobe Premiere, inside of its program, makes it super easy to add titles. You either have your downloaded templates or your pre-made template titles, or you have Adobe stock templates, and you can license templates right from the software, and you don't even have to leave it. So I'm going to select this minimal corporate title template here, and if I click Edit, it brings the title sequence up here, and it allows me to change things within that title. So I can go through and I can change the style of the title. So if I wanted to make this my vlog intro here. So since I am on style selection 6, I'm going to go down and I am going to check title 6. And let's go to main text. And we are going to type in, let's just say season 1. That seems like something somebody would have on a vlog. And I can change my font if I want. And if you have certain fonts that you like to use with your brand, those will be found in here as well if they're installed on your computer. Me, I like using Futura Heavy. And you can go through and change your color, but I like having white and black and like a monochromatic sort of look on my videos. So let's go back and you can see right here, season 1 pops up right there. And, well, it says subtitle. Let's go back and fix that. So let's take subtitle out of there and let's make it say the vlog episode. So we'll call it The Bridge. Now we can go back and let's watch that and see how easy it is to get a professional looking title. So I hope that these 5 tips really helped you, and I hope you start applying these to your editing workflow going forward. My name is Drewxcifer. If you like these videos, hit the like button, hit the bell to make sure you stay notified so you don't miss any of these tip videos or my vlogs going forward. And as always, guys, just go shoot, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.